Welcome back to Bangers Bricks, everybody. My name is Ben. Today is a big one. I've been looking forward to this day for quite a while as we are going to be building and placing the Lego Avengers Tower into the Lego City. Now, if you've been watching us for a while, our Lego City is already jam-packed, so it's going to be interesting trying to find a place to fit this. But before we get started, one more thing. Make sure you guys like and subscribe. We are currently at 965 subscribers, and we are going to do our next big giveaway at that 1,000 mark, and we are so close to reaching that. But enough about me. Let's get started building this bad boy, getting it placed. Here we go. Today is the day, everybody. We are going to build set 76269. The Avengers Tower has 5,201 pieces, is the largest modular that we have, and has a beautiful box art, by the way. This is going to tower over our Lego City, again with the awesome box art on the back side. We still have to make our Mills plates to host this bad boy, and in total, we have some awesome minifigures, like I mentioned. I love the different variety that we have. We have Vision, which is exclusive. We have War Machine. Love Iron Man Mark 6 now that we are starting to collect all the Iron Man minifigures. And also Hulk with the Hulk hair. Let's get him in this bad boy. And Ollie, what do you want to say?
Let's get started.
Let's get started.
I can't wait to build it.
One quick thing I forgot to mention is really just how banged up this box is that we got from Lego. We got a big old crease in the front side here, and this top side is just severely dented in with some creasing. Luckily, we do have all the seals intact, but this box has seen its better days. Punched in on this side, big old creases down the side, but hey, we got the set, and I'm more excited just to get it in the Lego City. One thing I briefly mentioned in my past videos is that our entire Lego City is built on the Mills system. So we are having to create a Mills plate for the Avengers Tower. As you can see, my boys helped me throughout this entire video, so super thankful to them. But also just using those 2x2 bricks, 4x8 plates, and a couple Technic bricks to connect everything together. The Mills plate is made and ready for 5,201 pieces to be put on top. We have all of our stickers prepped and ready. We have Vision's cape over here, and then we have the wings for the Wasp, coming along with 41 bags, everybody. 41 bags. We have 39 different steps, 39 bags, and we have our 2 other bags that are ready to go. Ollie, how many manuals do we have?
3 manuals.
3 separate manuals. So 3 large steps, 3 different sections of the building that we're going to put together, and we are ready to get going on bag number 1. Ollie, are you ready?
Yep, I can open it.
Let's do it.
Let's see if I can open it.
As we go through our time lapse of the build for the Avengers Tower, I just want to give a little insight. A couple quick little things I want to talk about is this set does have 269 trans black windows. A lot of windows already, and that's not including the 170 trans blue window pieces that you have, equaling, and my math isn't great, so check me on this, but we have 439 window pieces, and that's not including the trans black bricks that are also on the top. So in case you're wondering how many windows this thing has, it is a ton, over 439. So definitely something to think about when you're building this, but a lot of cool minifigures, a lot of cool build styles within this set, and definitely something that looks great in Lego Cities. Now, the other thing I want to mention is that the landing pad for the Quinjet was probably my favorite. I'm a big sucker for the Quinjet, and I guess it's more of like a lookalike Quinjet. I really don't think it's the Quinjet exactly, but very similar. And obviously, you'll see me change my sweatshirts a few times here, as this took us a few days to build. Watching movies in the background, but also seeing my kids going in and out and really just trying to quote unquote help or really just play with the minifigures. But overall, it was a ton of fun, and let's take a quick little overview of the Avengers Tower. Whew. That was a lot of pieces, everybody. A lot of pieces, a lot of windows, and just a lot of detail that's all packed into one beautiful set. And let's go through some of the different scenes that we have, a couple of different pieces and minifigures as well. So first we have the Leviathan. Really thought this was a cool, one of the first bags in the set. I think that it's an awesome and unique build. The only thing I will say is it's going to be kind of tough to display in a Lego City, but we'll do our best to see what we can do with that bad boy. We'll kind of start up top here and work our way down. We do have Eric Selvig up here working with the portal, opening up the portal with the Tesseract so that they can get the Leviathan and the Chitauri army down here to Earth and, take out New York. We do have Kevin Feige in the back there. Not really a storyline with him. He's just kind of hanging out. We do have the Wasp, which is questionable because it doesn't make a ton of appearances in any of the different references that we're seeing within this set, but really glad that we got this, as I really like the new wings that come with the Wasp minifigure. We do have Ultron. Really digging this minifigure. I thought it's cool. I think it's really one of the first appearances in that movie of him when he just kind of collects all the different pieces that make him him, but really thought that was a cool minifigure. And then working our way down, obviously we have Tony Stark here. We have one of his Mark armors that is catching up to him after Loki threw him out of the Avengers Tower, and then obviously right before he hits the ground, he connects with it and then ends up coming back up and fighting the Chitauri with all the other Avengers. And then obviously we have a few other minifigures. We have Hawkeye flying down, using his arrow to catch up top and swing him down. And then we do have Thor throwing his hammer. I really like the alternate eyes that it has with him. And then coming down, a couple Chitauris. We do have Wanda. Another questionable minifigure in this one. I know in Ultron, obviously, she makes an appearance, but, when it comes to the Avengers Tower, it doesn't really have any sort of connection. Really like the Loki minifigure. We've seen that in a couple other sets, but really like the Loki minifigure and then the Chitauri riding on the back of him. The one minifigure that I do like, but I don't necessarily love all the stickers, is the Falcon. Falcon was really cool minifigure. I like that he's kind of trying to take down Loki and the Chitauri here. We'll end up having to take him off when we start putting this in the Lego City, just because this is going to be a little bit more flat up against a wall. So we'll have to take some of these minifigures out and just rotate them around. But the next thing I want to talk about is Hulk over here. He is hanging off the side of the building. He is having a grand old time, just crushing some Chitauri down here. And then just, again, a lot of Chitauri minifigures. I really thought that it was a cool thing because really you're trying to create some sort of like fight scene with all the different Avengers, and you kind of have to put more Chitauri in there. Now, obviously, you're getting some of the different minifigures in different sets, but if you're not collecting other Avenger sets, I think that this is a really good standalone set to buy because you're getting all the minifigures, plus you're able to create those scenes with a bunch of different Chitauri that you're getting. Now, I don't necessarily agree with all the S.H.I.E.L.D. agents, and most of those are in the inside, and we'll talk about that in a second, but just a lot of S.H.I.E.L.D. agents for this set. I obviously really like the Tony Stark one, but don't know if all the other ones were completely necessary. Thought we could have gotten a couple other minifigures, but that's right. And then again, I mentioned this before, one of my favorites is, obviously getting multiple Captain America, but one of my favorites is Vision. Really think that the trans clear legs with the printing on that is super unique. Really like that minifigure, along with the cape too. Really cool. And then also getting I almost said Iron Patriot, the War Machine in this set was really cool as well. Now let's take a look inside. This whole side panel is going to come off, and then we'll take a look. So I love the outside, but I'm excited to dig in a little bit more to the inside and see some more details to the different movies that we are going to reference. Now, this is a closer look at the side panel. All you do to access the inside, push up, pull out, and this thing comes apart pretty easily. Really like that cool little build, and really just some of the different curved panels that we see here just to make up for the right side here protrudes out just a little bit more than the left. So very cool there. And then again, you see a cool little reference to Tony Stark and the shirt that he's wearing in Avengers. The one thing I will say that I think is a negative, again, I don't want to focus too much on any negatives on the set, but the one thing is I really wish that you could access some of the floors a little bit better. For a couple of floors, it's easier to get your hand in versus like Dr. Cho up here on the second floor. Harder to get your hand in there and just be a little more interactive and have more play features. So I wish that you could take some side panels off, or maybe the other side off, just a little bit easier to just gain a little bit more access. But again, for details, we'll start here with the first floor. We have a little reference to Avengers Endgame with Ant-Man. We have Tony Stark as a S.H.I.E.L.D. agent and Alexander Pierce, where they go back and they're obviously trying to defeat Thanos and get the Infinity Stones, and we have the Tesseract there that they're trying to get and go back in time to obviously bring those back and take down Thanos. And then up here we do have Dr. Cho, who is what it looks like on the backside here, working on the chamber where they create Ultron. And so up top in the back here, you can kind of see the different colors that we're working with here. Really just looking like we have Ultron and Jarvis kind of fighting back and forth as their AI. And then we have the two Captain Americas really fighting against each other here. One of the great quotes is really just, I could do this all day. It's like, I know, but really thought that was a cool little addition. And then we do have the Mark 6 and the Mark 7. I love the Mark 6, the damaged version. Obviously not necessarily the minifigures damaged, but just the damaged version of the suit. And then we have Pepper Potts up here. I believe the Mark 49 back there behind the Mark 7 is the reference to Pepper Potts's Iron Man suit that she's wearing. And then just a couple other cooler references to some of the different things that we see. And then the Roxxon, like oil company, I believe, is that little reference back there to that little tub. And then on the top, we do have the chamber, which was meant for not necessarily Loki, but what Loki says is the Hulk. So really thought that was a cool reference from the Avengers. And then also having the Black Widow up here, kind of another cool little reference to her going out to Loki and kind of, you know, bending his mind a little bit, getting him to tell them what they need. So a lot of cool other references. The other thing I'll mention is we do have the Avengers Quinjet up here. I know this has received a little bit of flack. Obviously, you know, we have a decent amount of stickers on it. It's smaller, but overall I really like the build, and I thought that was pretty cool. On the back side, we do have another reference to just having Thor's hammer back there, everybody trying to pick it up, and then just a little bar area and some couches. And then again, if you're trying to access that, there's a little bit easier ways. You can actually lift up this panel, and then this flex tubing part actually comes out on top of also being able to open this up, and you see Loki's scepters and really just the scanning of, you know, obviously Eric Selvig and being able to or also obviously Jarvis scanning the scepters to really just determine obviously its power source and everything. So again, so many cool little references to the inside, and obviously it's just such a beautiful piece. But this is the exciting part. We now get to put it in the Lego City. So let's go check it out. Back in the Lego room, and I've mentioned this in a previous video. I mentioned that we are going to try to put the Avengers Tower right here, and I think that that's still going to be the case. I think what we can do for the time being, we're going to have to shuffle things around, but we're going to take off the half base plate here for the road. We'll take out the pet shop. That should give us one full base plate here as we move the corner garage down next to the Sanctum Sanctorum. And I really think that it's going to look pretty good right there. Again, we're going to do a little shuffling around to see if we can make it work, but let's do that for now, and then we'll, you know, see what we can move around to make it work. Well, here we go. Welcome to the Lego City. Everything looks normal. Looks normal. Looks normal. Bam! We have the Avengers Tower. Thing is freaking huge. When you're looking at the height of this, when we put in our shelving, I'm glad that we decided that this was going to go in the front, because it is actually about mid-height of our shelving, and it is on the first tier. That is just how massive this set is. Now, overall, from a placement standpoint, I think it's fine. It's actually really nice since it does kind of angle up and to the left. It really does still show the Sesame Street house on the back side. So I think that that's pretty cool. I think that looks great. Where the issue lies is the fact that the corner garage exits on two sides. We have the entrance here, or the exit, and then you exit or enter on the other side as well. So as you enter in, you can't exit because you're going to run straight into the Avengers Tower. So unfortunately, that is going to have to get moved. What I was debating is potentially putting the boutique hotel right there. I think that that set might actually look pretty good. Honestly, the colors are going to look really good next to the Sanctum Sanctorum, and I think that we can potentially make the corner garage work there for now until we find something else to do. So I'll flip-flop those and we'll see how that looks. We got those switched out, and I don't know if I'm a huge fan of this either, to be real honest with you. I know that this sticks out just a few studs past the Sanctum Sanctorum, and honestly, I really liked the boutique hotel over there because we could really get that side angle of the actual like El Cubo art studio over there. So definitely something I might switch back. I think the corner garage looks pretty good there. It honestly opens it up a little bit, makes it look a little bit bigger, but overall looks decent. The one thing I think I want to try is actually bringing down the pet shop again, potentially putting the pet shop back here, sliding Avengers Tower down, and then I can actually put that side road back. The only issue is that you are going to be covering up the Sesame Street. So I kind of just talked myself out of that one. So I'm not 100% sure what I'm going to do. If you guys have any suggestions, please make sure you drop those down in the comment section. So we ended up putting the boutique hotel where the corner garage used to be, but again, it was just so compact over here that I wanted to switch things out. So we ended up putting the pet shop back in here. We have a nice little half modular, and then we put just a little side street down here so people can obviously go in and out. Now, we may end up taking a look at a different modular, just one that is more of a end modular, so it'll look a little bit better and just look like it's a little bit more capped off on the end here instead of just having a flat side. So we'll take a look and see if we can find any rebrickable models that we like, but overall, this is really, I think, what we're going to end up doing. Now, I will have to potentially see how we can get the corner garage back into the Lego City. The only thing left to do for me is to fix this up. Since we had our side street over here before, we had our road extension on this side, so we have to take that road extension down here and then flip-flop our sidewalk down here. All right, hey, looks good. Everything is finished. The little side road that we have is complete, and I really like how we just have that openness again next to our Avengers tower. That is all done, complete, and put into the Lego City. Thank you so much, everybody, for stopping by. Make sure you stay tuned. We have a lot more great content coming. Make sure you like, subscribe, and I'll see everybody soon. Have a good one. Bye.